It is also worth noting that pursuing personal goals does not mean neglecting a relationship. In fact, it can enhance it. When a woman follows her passions, she brings enthusiasm, creativity, and joy into her life. This energy often spills over into the relationship, making it stronger and more dynamic. Seeing each other achieve milestones and grow as individuals can deepen the bond between partners, creating a sense of pride and shared purpose. The idea that women must choose between love and ambition is a false dichotomy. It is entirely possible and necessary to have both. Women are multifaceted individuals capable of balancing relationships, careers, and personal passions. The key lies in finding a partner who respects and celebrates this complexity rather than trying to diminish it. By refusing to sacrifice their dreams, women set a powerful example not just for themselves but for others around them. They demonstrate that it is possible to prioritize personal growth while maintaining meaningful relationships. They show that love should never come at the expense of individuality, and that true partnership is built on mutual respect and shared support. Ultimately, a woman's dreams and ambitions are a vital part of who she is. They reflect her values, her potential, and her unique contributions to the world. No relationship, no matter how promising it seems, is worth giving up these essential aspects of her identity. Staying true to oneself is not only an act of self-love, but also the foundation for building a relationship that is healthy, fulfilling, and enduring. When it comes to relationships, one of the most critical aspects for any woman is to remain true to herself. Often in the pursuit of love or companionship, some women may feel compelled to compromise their individuality, identity, or self-worth. This is one of the most damaging choices anyone can make. Losing yourself in a relationship not only diminishes your personal value, but also sets the stage for a dynamic that is neither equal nor healthy. A woman should never allow a man to overshadow her sense of self. It's easy to get caught up in the desire to please someone, especially when you care deeply for them. However, true love and respect are built on equality, not on one person constantly bending or shrinking themselves to accommodate the other. When a woman sacrifices her opinions, preferences, or voice to avoid conflict or gain approval, she loses the very essence of what makes her unique. In any healthy relationship, there must be room for both individuals to thrive as their authentic selves. A woman's ideas, beliefs, and values deserve to be acknowledged and respected, not dismissed or belittled. If a man truly values her, he will celebrate her independence and encourage her to embrace her individuality. On the contrary, if he demands that she change who she is, it's a clear sign of imbalance and control, not love. Far too often, societal norms or cultural pressures condition women to believe they must mold themselves to fit the image of the perfect partner. This mindset can lead to suppressing ambitions, changing appearances, or tolerating behaviors that go against their principles. But a woman's worth is not defined by her ability to conform to someone else's expectations. It is inherent in who she is, and no relationship should ever require her to compromise that. Furthermore, losing self-worth in a relationship can create a ripple effect. It can lead to dependence, insecurity, and over time, resentment. When a woman gives up too much of herself, she may begin to feel trapped or undervalued. This not only affects her personal happiness, but can also erode the foundation of the relationship itself. A relationship that requires one person to sacrifice their self-esteem for the other is ultimately doomed to fail. Respect for oneself is the cornerstone of respect from others. A woman who values her self-worth sets the standard for how she expects to be treated. When she prioritizes her own well-being and happiness, it commands respect from her partner and inspires a relationship built on mutual admiration. By standing firm in her identity, she demonstrates strength, confidence, and authenticity, qualities that are far more attractive than any attempt to fit someone else's mold. In essence, women should never feel that they must lose their self-worth to be loved or accepted. True love comes from embracing each other's strengths, flaws, and individuality. A woman who remains confident in who she is not only empowers herself, but also sets the tone for a relationship rooted in respect, equality, and genuine connection. No relationship is worth enduring disrespect or abuse in any form. It is essential to recognize that love and respect go hand in hand, and the absence of one undermines the foundation of the other. Tolerating disrespect or abuse not only erodes self-esteem, but also creates an environment that perpetuates negativity, imbalance, and harm. Women must understand that their worth is not tied to how much they can endure, but to the dignity and boundaries they uphold. Disrespect in a relationship can take many forms, ranging from dismissive comments and subtle manipulation to outright verbal or physical abuse. Regardless of how mild or severe it may seem, any form of disrespect should never be excused or normalized. A man who belittles a woman's feelings, dismisses her opinions, or invalidates her emotions is not showing love or care. Instead, he is undermining her confidence and sense of self. Over time, this can lead to a toxic dynamic where she feels compelled to suppress her voice or needs to avoid confrontation or conflict. Abuse, whether emotional, verbal, or physical, is even more destructive. Emotional abuse often manifests as controlling behavior, manipulation, or consistent criticism designed to chip away at a person's self-worth. Verbal abuse includes name-calling, threats, or language intended to intimidate or humiliate. Physical abuse, while the most visible, is often accompanied by emotional manipulation to maintain control over the victim. None of these should ever be tolerated, regardless of the circumstances or justifications provided by the abuser. Sometimes, the lines between love and manipulation can blur, especially when a partner uses affection or apologies to excuse their abusive behavior. For instance, an abuser might say things like, "I only act this way because I love you or you made me do it." Such statements are attempts to shift blame and create confusion, making the victim question their own perception of the situation. Women must recognize these tactics for what they are, attempts to control and diminish them. True love does not harm, manipulate, or degrade. It is also important to note that tolerating disrespect or abuse can have long-lasting effects beyond the relationship itself. Women who endure such treatment often struggle with feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, or depression. They may internalize the blame for the mistreatment, believing they are somehow at fault. This can lead to a cycle of self-doubt and fear that affects not only their future relationships, but also their overall mental and emotional well-being. One of the most challenging aspects of addressing disrespect or abuse is the fear of being alone or judged. Many women remain in unhealthy relationships because they worry about societal perceptions, financial instability, or the emotional toll of ending a partnership. However, staying in such a relationship only perpetuates the harm. It is crucial to remember that walking away from a toxic situation is not a sign of weakness, but of strength and self-respect. Surrounding oneself with a supportive network of friends, family, or professionals can make a significant difference. These people can provide the perspective, encouragement, and resources needed to leave a harmful relationship. Additionally, seeking help from counselors or organizations specializing in domestic violence can empower women to take the necessary steps to protect themselves and rebuild their lives. A relationship should be a source of comfort, support, and mutual respect. It should uplift and inspire, not tear down or destroy. A man who truly values and cares for a woman will never subject her to disrespect or abuse. Instead, he will work to create an environment of safety, trust, and love where both partners can grow and thrive together. By refusing to tolerate disrespect or abuse, women not only protect their own well-being, but also set an example for others. They show that it is possible to demand better, to prioritize self-respect, and to seek relationships that align with their values and needs. This is not only an act of self-preservation, but also a powerful declaration of their worth and dignity. Every individual has dreams, aspirations, and ambitions that define their purpose and give meaning to their life. For a woman, entering a relationship should never mean setting aside those dreams for the sake of someone else's desires or expectations. Sacrificing one's goals to fit into the mold of what a partner wants is not a compromise, it is a loss of identity. A healthy relationship should empower both individuals to pursue their passions, not force one to abandon them. Too often, women feel pressured to give up their aspirations to support a partner's vision or conform to societal expectations of what a relationship should look like. This can manifest in various ways, leaving a career to take on traditional roles, abandoning educational opportunities to prioritize a partner's goals, or shelving personal hobbies and interests to avoid conflict or disapproval. While partnerships do require compromise, there is a vast difference between healthy negotiation and outright sacrifice. When a woman sacrifices her dreams, she not only loses a part of herself, but also risks harboring deep feelings of regret and resentment over time. Dreams and ambitions are integral to one's identity. They are the driving force that keeps life meaningful and fulfilling. By suppressing these aspirations, a woman may begin to feel unfulfilled or incomplete, which can strain the relationship itself. After all, a partnership thrives when both individuals feel valued and whole. Sacrificing ambitions also sends a dangerous message that a woman's goals are somehow less important than those of her partner. This imbalance creates a power dynamic where one person's priorities consistently overshadow the others, leading to an unhealthy relationship. A man who truly loves and respects a woman will never ask her to give up her dreams. Instead, he will encourage and support her in achieving them. Mutual support is a cornerstone of any strong partnership, and it fosters a sense of equality and teamwork. It is also important to recognize that ambition is not selfish. Pursuing personal goals does not mean neglecting a relationship or failing to invest in it. In fact, when both partners are motivated and driven, they bring more energy, passion, and perspective into the relationship. Each person's success becomes a shared victory, strengthening the bond between them. On the other hand, a woman who sacrifices her dreams for a man may find herself feeling lost or directionless over time. Without a sense of purpose or fulfillment, she might begin to question her value and place in the world. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy, depression, and a lack of confidence, all of which can negatively impact both her personal well-being and the relationship. Moreover, dreams and ambitions often evolve as life progresses. What might seem like a small sacrifice in the beginning can grow into a significant source of unhappiness later on. For example, a woman who gives up her career for a relationship might initially feel it is a necessary compromise. But as time goes on, she may realize how much she misses the intellectual stimulation, financial independence, or sense of accomplishment that her career provided. These feelings can create a rift in the relationship as unresolved regrets and unfulfilled aspirations come to the surface. The fear of losing a relationship should never outweigh the importance of staying true to oneself. A woman should feel empowered to prioritize her own dreams without guilt or hesitation. She deserves to be with a partner who not only understands her ambitions but actively supports them. A man who encourages a woman to chase her goals is showing that he values her as an equal partner, one whose dreams are just as important as his own.